Good morning. Welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I am Razzle11, and you can find me on X at Razzle11Grinds. We are going to take a look at some pitching for today, the 27th of September. We have an 8-game main slate because DraftKings has removed the Miami-New York Met game from the slate. So, 8-game slate to deal with. Let's take a look at the pitching. At the top, we get Garett Cole, who is a road underdog in this one. Toronto is a minus 110 favorite, so virtually a coin flip. Game total of just 7. Cole has been dominant against Toronto all season long. Just 1 run allowed in 19 and 2/3 innings, 19 strikeouts. Looking to finish out his season. Should put up a pretty strong performance in his swan song of the 2023 season. I wouldn't be shocked if he comes out a little motivated to wrap up the Cy Young. The AL pitching Cy Young race isn't really all that exciting, unfortunately. Pablo Lopez against Oakland. Struggled mightily against him the first time he faced him. His home numbers haven't been as strong, but his K numbers are great at home. Excuse me. Last couple starts haven't been great. The Ks have been there the last 3 starts, but the overall performances haven't been all that great. With that being said, he is a minus 278 home favorite. Great spot for him. Framber Valdez, 11 Ks in 11 innings against Seattle, but he has allowed 8 runs. Fantasy point wise, he hasn't been as strong on the road. Coming off of a horrendous start against Kansas City, even though he struck out 10. He's actually struck out 10 in 2 out of his last 3 starts. So he's had 1 great start against Seattle and then 1 horrendous start. This one against Seattle was pretty bad. His first one was pretty great. So I like the upside because there are Ks to be had. Houston is a minus 125 favorite. But he's going to fall behind these top 2 guys a decent chunk for me. You skip over Senga and Garrett, which is unfortunate. We get Brios, who has been at his best at home. Hasn't been all that great against the Yankees. Strikeouts have been there, but overall just hasn't been all that great. Plenty of upside, so I'm interested, and he is the favorite in the game against Cole. So I think we do need to include him, maybe get a little bit of exposure. Griffin Canning, Texas is a minus 170 favorite in this one. Struggled with Texas first time he faced them. It's been decent of late. There's some K upside. He has struck out 7 plus in 4 of his last 5 starts. So getting an extra day of rest after throwing back-to-back starts with 109 pitches. Texas struggled against Detmers last night. So maybe there's a route to him being viable for us. Still think he's probably just a 10 to 15% play as of right now. Bryce Miller against Houston. He has shut them down in 2 starts, which is kind of shocking. He's been strong at home, coming off a pretty bad start. I don't think I'm going to go there. I think Houston gets to him a little bit here. If they don't, so be it. I just don't know that he has enough upside in the matchup to make me go, crap, I should have played him at the end of the night. And when I get those kind of feelings, I tend to pass on guys. Dane Dunning in that same game, he is the favorite, a minus 170 favorite. Strikeouts against LA haven't been strong for him this year in 2 starts, but he's been decent overall. Strikeouts were down last start, decent before that. I'm going to use him just because there's plenty of K upside. The Angels have been striking out roughly 12 times per game over the last week and a half. And when we get that kind of upside, I have to be intrigued. Wade Miley, a minus 140 favorite against a struggling St. Louis squad. He did just start against them last time out, which is one of my worries. Another one of my worries in this situation is the Brewers clinched the division last night. Um, I'm not really sure how focused they're going to be coming into this one. It'll be interesting to see who rests. Um, but they do get a plus matchup against Thompson, who they just beat up a bit last week as well. So uh, I'm gonna have to think about Wade Miley. Right now, I'm leaning towards fade, but it's certainly possible to play him. Waldron was strong against San Francisco the first time he faced them, coming off of a great start against St. Louis. I'm intrigued. He is a it's a virtually a pick 'em. San Francisco's minus 110 right now. Uh, I'm intrigued. He's throwing enough pitches. San Francisco's offense isn't overly dangerous, especially at home. This might be a spot to use Waldron. Not really sure how I feel, but right now I would say he's going to make the pool over Wade Miley. But we'll see as the day goes on, and we get a better feel of what's going on. Vines, probably just a 60 to 70 pitcher. I'm probably gonna have to pass. Thought he's had some decent numbers in the minor leagues, but his last couple appearances, the K's haven't really been there. So gonna have to pass on him. He is a minus 160 favorite, but the game total of 10 kind of ruins it a little bit. Sheehan in Coors, coming off of an elite performance, minus the walk part of it. Did beat Colorado earlier this year. He's been pretty bad on the road, though. Most likely he's not going to make my pool uh, because I think I would rather use Sean Manaea here. Manaea, minus 110 favorite. I don't love using left-handed pitching against San Diego, um, but I like this ballpark for pitching. Uh, I like some of the performances Manaea's had recently. Um, Case haven't really been there. This is a guy that used to have some pretty big case stuff, but it is dangerous, right? Like he walked 5 the last time he faced San Diego, uh, but he did pick up the win. So I think I'm intrigued by Manaea. It's a better atmosphere than Sheehan. Tougher opponent, so we kind of have to weigh that and decide, you know, what what route we want to take in that comparison. Thompson was scratched yesterday. Going to make the start today. Um, Brewers got to him. I mean, the rosters aren't deep enough to where like all the starters can sit. So I do expect the Milwaukee lineup to be somewhat normal, but it kind of depends on which of the normal guys aren't in it. I'm not going to use Thompson, but I may not end up on Milwaukee either. Kind of see how it goes. Last guy down here is Estus. I was on him for the start against Seattle. Really struggled with home runs. Oakland struggled defensively too. Uh, I think people are going to be well off of him. I might use him against Minnesota and their high strikeout numbers. It'd be more like a 10% play, but the minor league numbers I looked into for Estes uh, showed me better than what his debut did. So I am tempted to go back to him because I do think there is some upside there. But I understand if you want to avoid him because he just did not look good uh, at all in that start. Um, Took him a few innings to even pick up a strikeout, and then he picked up a couple. Um, and I had bet his over K prop because I think it was only at 3. Um, so I will go back to him, but there's a ton of hesitation. Uh, and if some of these other guys really fall in line in a better spot, I don't have a problem removing him. But I think right now I'm going to include him just because of the K upside in the matchup. So there we have it. There's the first look at pitching for today. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on to get the alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to join us, get access to our sheets, tools, optimizers, Discord, etc. I will put links in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ, that's RAZ, for 10% off monthly. And as always, best of luck, everybody.